Hey, this is Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan. So if there's one thing we're known for on this channel, it's that we can eat a lot of bananas. And because of that, many people have written to us over the years expressing their concern about bananas. Apparently they're telling us that all bananas are genetically modified organisms, except for maybe little tiny weird tropical ones, but all the ones you get in the supermarket are GMO. And even here, people are making YouTube videos warning people about GMO bananas in supermarkets.
If it was an 8 and a 5-digit POU code, it would be identified as being a GMO, which is genetically modified fruit.
So let's see if that guy's justified in his concern about there being genetically modified bananas in his supermarket. That's the whole point of this video, to see if Cavendish bananas, the kind that you find pretty much in every supermarket in the world, are GMOs. One thing I'm not going to get into here, guys, are GMOs good? Are they bad? You can just watch some of my other videos to find my position on that. Anyway, first of all, let's see what GMO really means. So, a GMO is any organism whose genetic material has been altered using genetic engineering techniques. So let's see what genetic engineering actually is. So it's the direct manipulation of an organism's genes using biotechnology. Specifically, it is a set of technologies used to change the genetic makeup of cells, including the transfer of genes within and across species boundaries to produce improved or novel organisms.
After 12 years of searching, Monsanto found a soil bacteria that is naturally immune to Roundup herbicide. Their goal was to genetically engineer DNA from these bacteria into various plants. They cut out a sequence of DNA that is resistant to Roundup. But if this DNA sequence alone is inserted into a corn plant, it will have no effect. So the next step involves E. coli bacteria.
So let's go see if the modern Cavendish banana was produced using technology that involved transferring genes from one species into another. First, a tiny bit of history. Watson and Crick first discovered the double helix structure of DNA in 1953. And in the history section of this Wikipedia entry for genetic engineering, they describe how for thousands of years humans have selected traits that they wanted to be passed on to the next generations of animals or plants, which is known as unnatural selection, artificial selection. However, if you look down below that, it says that genetic engineering, the technology that transfers genes from one species to another, was developed in the 1970s. And since artificial selection has been used by humans for thousands of years, it's a very low-tech technology.
The rootstocks often come from wild tomato lines that are not domesticated for consumption. And by grafting, we can put on a fruiting variety, or what we call a scion, onto that hardy rootstock. The top variety can be almost whatever tomato we want. It can be an heirloom, it can be a hybrid, it can be different color, it can be different shapes. So we get the best attributes of two different varieties.
So let's dig into the history of the development of the Cavendish banana. And if you do, you'll see it was developed in the mid-1850s, a full century before Watson and Crick discovered the structure of DNA, and well more than a century before the invention of genetic engineering technology, which got its start in the 1970s. So it should be obviously clear to everyone that bananas cannot be genetically modified organisms. Indeed, they're the result of artificial selection. Humans deciding what traits they want to see in future generations of a species. Growing bananas to become bigger, have fewer seeds, and that's not weird. I mean, that's pretty much every food that we eat. You name it, potatoes, vegetables, grains, they've all been selectively bred by humans to produce bigger, sweeter, tastier, more delicious foods. And you know, the same's true for animals. If anyone calls bananas GMO, well, cows must be GMO too, because 10,000 years they started off like this as aurochs, and then humans selectively bred what traits they wanted to see in modern cows, and that's what produced modern cows. So post your questions and comments down below. Still not convinced? Again, if you think a banana is GMO, tell me how a cow is not GMO. Alright, so explain down below. If you got something out of this video, hit like, share this with people who are insisting incorrectly that bananas are all GMO. So show them the truth here. So until next time, guys, keep it carved, baby, keep it carved.